hit it on its monk sheet. Favorite. Hey, what's going on? This is BMT coming at you again, Business Minded Talk. I wanted to do a discussion with you guys on something that saves you some time. And maybe I just want to fumigate and talk to you guys about something that really, really, to no end, drives me out. And I always see this, and I've been, and I'm really getting tired. It's probably me. But like the video, share the video. You know what I'm saying? Let me just go ahead and share it myself, because Lord knows I get shadow banned to no end. And listen, first of all, I'm not pro-black. Never have been, never be. I'm not no dating coach. Never have been, never will be. Not SYSBM. Never have been, never will be. What's going on, BK? What's going on, Robbie? Y'all politics very much confuse me. They very much annoy me. For those who have been rocking with me for so long, for a very long time, thank you, Robbie, for sharing my video. I want to have a discussion with y'all. Somebody asked me a question about growing and developing. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this space of YouTube does not support family. It will this space of YouTube. What's going on, Kelly? Y'all gotta hit me up as soon as y'all can. Mo has my number. Hit me up as soon as y'all can to set up that conversation. Listen, let me turn on my camera, man. But I want to make sure y'all look me in my eyes when I talk about this. This space of YouTube, majority of these women and men, I want to say just women and definitely men, do not support family. They don't. Never have, never will. Majority of them have never been in a functional family. I can tell that by having a discussion with them. I know that by when they talk to me about thank you. I could tell that when by having a discussion with them. I could tell that when how they talk about there's certain ideologies and stuff. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm no longer going to have a debate with anybody that is not within my field. I'm just not. I don't care if you raise kids. I don't care what you did in your past. If you're not within my Richter scale, there's no need for me to talk to you about something that is a lost art to you. I keep finding myself having conversations with people that have never stepped foot a day in my shoes, but they know everything about what is it that we do. Do not compare a baby daddy to me. I've never been a baby daddy. Do not compare a baby mama to a wife. You are not the same. You definitely ain't the same. Do not compare those who do not want to work on helping the community, who don't want to actually do nothing for their society. And I'm not talking about, see, y'all, I'm not talking about no hashtags. I don't give a dang about no BLM, no ADOS, none of those said things that y'all run with SY, cis, whatever, B1s. I am none of them. I am not. I am a black business owner, black family man. I have never joined with any of y'all. Never will. But none of y'all damn sure don't represent me. You don't speak for me. You don't support me. You don't. And you don't support people like me. Show me another black individual family man that's never been caught up with the law, never been caught in trouble, never getting any of the said stuff, running their own said life, and actually their family cam up and do everything. I mean, who do y'all got? I used to always tell people, nah, man, I'm just like y'all. No, I was lying to myself. I'm not like y'all. I was lying to myself. I'm not wasting my time no more doing that with y'all. I'm always being compared to, what are you doing? Aren't you doing like the white man? Why y'all always comparing me to the white? How much money you got? What are you doing? This is the problem. Why we are always going to be the underdog. You don't see yourself as winners. You don't have enough faith in yourself. Hang on, let me just get this off. I have no problem talking to white people, Arabs, Asians, Indians, Haitians. I got no problem putting up money in what I believe in. I got videos with me at the school trying to do things at the school level. Y'all talking about government. I'm like, wait, are y'all even in the school? How y'all talking about stuff, but yet y'all refuse to go down there to the school? Go influence the most easiest government to influence. That's the school. You get into school, you can easily talk about your ideals of policy. Kids are way more impressionable than adults. That's a fact. Y'all talking about going to the Supreme Court level. Y'all don't even want to drive down to the school and just go be a mentor. And listen, I'm tired of these people. Oh, I go teach young boys, teach young girls. Congratulations. Go adopt a child. Y'all got so much smoke for abortion, but you don't want to adopt a child. Let that make sense to me, man. I told y'all we are not the same. I got everybody on my team. I got women who support and understand feminism, but they have a man. I got men who literally are of the polygamous life, but guess what? They take care of their woman. They're always at home with their woman. I got black women that are highly educated and successful, homeowners, business owners. I got people of the LGBTQ on my team, and I still support them. Still have love for them. Y'all motherfuckers freaked out when y'all found out that me and one of them used to date when we were teenagers. BMT, you're gay. No, like we dated when we were teenagers. They transitioned when they got older. I still love the person. They have a whole family. I have a whole family. I've been with Melissa for over 13. I doubt that person was thinking about me when they were with their spouse. I'm glad you asked that question. I'm glad you're asking that question. Black T, you said, then why are you focusing on the negatives? Let me answer that for you, Black T. That's a good question that you asked. Y'all motherfuckers got so much smoke for the married man. Y'all have so much smoke for the married man. Y'all got so much smoke for the black man or any type of man that's not making millions of dollars. But what are you doing in your community? Y'all got so much smoke for a single mother taking care of her kids. So y'all will negatively talk down on people doing the work, Black T. Y'all will speak down on me, but when I call out y'all shit, y'all know how to shut the fuck up. We not the same. I'm not a fucking avatar. I don't do like y'all and just do this. Put on an avatar and talk shit. I look y'all straight in the face and cam up everything about my fucking life. Me and my people, we don't hide behind avatars here. We're very transparent. Shout out to Mr. Research. I talk about policies with other people in the political level. Been on town council. I've worked with different store owners. I've shelled out a lot of money for my area, for my town, for my school, for my districts. And my kids weren't even going to some of those schools. Y'all motherfuckers just say, burn it down. And I'm like, burn, what the fuck? I've never heard a culture say burn down their shit. What kind of dysfunctional, crazy shit is this? Family men verbally disrespected by women, children, and other men in this anti-male community. Here is my continued financial support. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you're talking about me, no problem. Camming up. Come on. Betty, I will invite you up here. What's going on, What's going on, Nima? I love you and your baby. I hope you're having a good time on your vacation. You see, I see that the power flow has drastically changed. You want to know why people don't mind joining up with me, BMT? Because I support my team. My support system continuously been growing. I ain't just got here. Y'all just now finding out about me. Before I came to the black sector, other sectors were like, oh, wow, you speak very well. You're doing very good. I did business panels, radio, all that. But I'm like, nah, we can start teaching our people. They need to get put on. They need to understand. Young men and young women need to understand this stuff. Why y'all got so much smoke for men that are in the home. Y'all keep telling me I'm a fail. Why y'all got so much smoke for a single father or a single mother or anybody that has children, anybody that's out there living their life? I mean, come on, man. I'm telling y'all about a group of people that literally are trying to go to the HR level. All y'all can tell me, well, guess what? Did you get this pass? Did you do that? Did you do this? I'm like, well, nigga, what did you do? You want to know why nobody takes y'all serious about reparations? Because you ain't willing to do it by yourself before you even receive it. I'm gonna be for real. Even without reparations, my kids are going to still eat. Even without reparations, my people are still going to eat. You don't see me on air complaining, trying to do some rah stuff. I'm already going to shelters trying to get black men jobs, Hispanic men jobs, white men jobs. You know why? Because guess what that does? That keeps down the crime level. Did y'all not know that? If you get the people jobs, help them get on Blue Cross Blue Shield health care, guess what? The need to want to go commit a crime starts to diminish because they have something tangible to work with, to build on. But I see when you talk to certain people, that eludes them, and all they want to talk about is slavery. What's the point? I'm right here. I can't go in the past. I don't have no DeLorean time machine to go right off in the past. Y'all see me do shows with my family. And I have literally done a show with children talking about issues on how to be accountable while teaching them how to cook. Somehow, you would think all successful 6-figure and 7-figure people on YouTube, but that's staggeringly amazing. That's amazing. You're like, wow. Slaves had jobs. People need a decent wage. Wow. Let that logic sit in. Slaves had jobs. Do you hear your logic, buddy? Do you hear your logic? You're talking to somebody who went out there and picked okra, yams. I grew up around cotton fields. You're saying slaves had jobs? How do you fill in a slave application? This is what I'm saying. Like, y'all, oh my God. Y'all, like, let me drink my coffee. I do. I told y'all, man. I really believe I'm the last logical black family man left. And every day I try to find a reason why to stay on this bitch. I don't need you to. I really don't. I live quite well. To be honest, my team is the highest rating debate team. Like, I mean, we got the most points. You're good, Caroline. You're good. Hey, what's going on, babe? Y'all gotta understand, man. It has literally been almost 5 to 6 years in the game for this social media rhetoric. I would understand if somebody had the audacity to start making such solutions. But it seems like the people who do make solutions, I don't want to deal with them. So I'll sit down. I'll talk with y'all. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I already know YouTube don't really like me. Anybody that talks about family building and literally on how to have a proper functioning mental and physical relationship, prepare to get shadow banned. Prepare not to be liked. When you talk to people on how to properly do the work in these areas of YouTube, I would need to have a redhead, freckle-faced, Cambodian wife with a blue-eyed Jewish baby. That would right there make me an internet sensation. That would make you an internet sensation. I'm sorry I'm not the most pretty, handsome devil out here on YouTube. Sorry, I'm pretty much a B- if I give myself that credit. You know, the people. I mean, let's just be honest, man. A lot of people do not want to hear what it takes to actually put in the work. No, Kelly, you are so right. A lot of these channels are nothing but circle jerks. Thanks, Kev. Thanks, Kev. Hopefully, Abby will take me. You know why I chose to talk about to come over back to the black sector? I was gone. Because it literally meant that I could tell somebody that you can make it. I've been saying that for a long time. I've literally have been focusing hard on telling young men and young women you can make it. Okay, you don't come from a high. I come from a single parent household. My mom had raised four children. My dad was in and out whenever he could be there, but I made it. I ran around in the streets and did stupid stuff, but I'm very thankful that I made it. I didn't have the silver tongue to make women just drop their drawers, and I was let down and told and rejected plenty of times by women, but I made it. I didn't have the capital, the access to banks, but I made it. I wasn't the most received, but I would say that would go against the grain for blacks, but I damn sure wasn't going to bootlick for whites, but I made it. Over here in this space on my channel, no, excuse me, not just my channel, no, channels, my channels. My podcast. Jay will tell you, we've been doing this for a long time. Do y'all not know that literally my team had to tell me to slow down because I was pumping out 5 shows, doing a podcast, as well as doing nighttime online radio, and I never slept because of my mental health. I never slept, so it was easy for me. I was like Batman. You couldn't keep up with me. Shout out to all the night owls. Jay and Melissa used to have to call me and say, Joe, turn off the camera. Joe, stop the recording. I could do YouTube and do my other jobs. Almost like it was nothing. I stopped and redirected my focus of energy. I started putting men and women into temp agency to go get jobs. And this is not no stroke off the ego, but these are things that we need to focus on. People want resources now. Right now, if you're a small business owner, right now, did you know you can go fill out the form and the government will pay you because they know your business was not able to work? Because they're seeing a lot of business owners are now going out there trying to open up their businesses when they shouldn't be. So guess what? They're saying, hey, stop. Don't open up that business right now. See, y'all won't talk about that. Shout out to Erica Williams. I'll talk about it because I do. I forgot. Hang on, let me see if I got it. Y'all forget. I was teaching people how to start companies. Everything to start a company right here. This is $4,500 worth of information on how to make a $60,000 and more. You want to know how many folds? But let me talk about some booty. Let me talk about some buffoonery. Oh, they'll show up. They'll show up. Erica, listen, Erica don't even talk about none of this stuff. She's like, it's not worth money. I'm here to see the family model make it. I'm trying to help the underdogs. We need to get our bones. Y'all think I care about what people say? How much you do this? How much you do? I'm made, baby. Our network, we're self-made. Oh, no. You're so right about that. Excuse me. Charity the Great. Charity, a single mother that literally makes, she's going to hit 1 million. That girl's going to hit 1 million. Left, she says, Joe, anytime you need me, call me. But I don't want to talk about black issues and all this other stupid stuff no more. Why? Because literally it's not doing anything in building. And that's true. I don't want to talk about struggles. I want to just talk about making money. See, we don't get paid. We don't get paid. I want to be for real with y'all. I don't get paid talking about struggles. I know. I made majority of my money talking about gossip, gaming, anything but black is worth money. Anything against family is worth money. Anything that promotes that of a man and a woman's unifying or anything of positivity doesn't get paid. You don't get paid for that on YouTube. Anything where I talk with a single mother about how she started her own business and now it's making buku money. Mind you, I brought 2 women on here. One owns her own travel agency. Another one has her own lotions and body soaps and all that stuff that she has it in Walgreens, what's it? Walgreens, CVS, and other stores. She's a single mother now. Nobody wanted to ask her how is she doing that. And she makes money. Her business never stopped throughout COVID. It slowed down, but it never stopped. And you know the thing about it, she says, you know, I'm not going to be out there struggling and strangling myself to try to find no man. If he ain't trying to do what I'm doing, I'm not going to kill myself for that. And I said, go for it, baby. You do that. I tell that to a lot of y'all men. Stop going out here complaining. Maybe I need to expand. Listen, if I want to expand my audience, I wouldn't talk about black people anymore. That would definitely expand my audience. Yeah, the YouTube algorithm is set up. If you ain't talking about some Kemet conjunctive, wearing some kind of dashiki in the back with a raw in the back of you, they don't want to hear that shit. If you're not talking about men raw stuff, like, and then it blows my mind that if you did, you got to make sure you talk down on the woman. Or vice versa, if you're a woman, make sure you got it. Let me tell you right now. If you are a woman, a black woman, let me tell you the algorithms. Be a man, but if you're not attractive, don't cam up. But just talk about black women all day. I promise you, you will get a strong fan base. Thank you, Betty White. Now, let me tell you the algorithm. If you're a pretty man, talk about how you can get women to drop their drawers and put them in line in submission. Strong fan base. Let me keep telling you all the rhetoric. Be a woman that's not attractive, but talk about colorism and how men ain't shit. Strong fan base. Let me tell you the lines. Be a pretty girl. Talk about how you like to suck pee-pee, how you get money, and how literally you can do whatever you want to do. Strong fan base. Exactly, Kelly. The Water Boy Playbook. Very well said. Trust me, Kelly has read all their stuff. I'm trying to tell y'all, if you want to this is how you're going to be successful in these spaces. So I just told you the algorithm. Make sure you stamp it and time it. How you can become a successful black YouTuber in these spaces. Hell, they don't even have to know if you're black. If you just have an avatar and if I don't ever show my face and I was just like this, I could be a Chinese boy on the other side of the camera and just talk about shit that y'all want to hear. These motherfuckers will pay me a lot of money. I'll drop it for you. I do apologize, Black T. You can come on, bro. Yeah, you can come up here. We can talk. We can talk to you. Do this right here. Now, if y'all want to be a successful YouTuber, don't ever show your face. You can probably be of any race, creed, or stuff. You know, a lot of people here are stupid. And what they will do is they literally will listen to you on every drop of the dime. Now, most of your channels, you can't talk about black positivity. It has to be on dysfunction, death, rape, killing. It can't be about nobody winning. If you're talking about somebody winning, nobody winning. Nobody want to hear about anybody having a functional relationship or raising kids or anything like that. That's doesn't get you paid. That don't get you paid out here. Chaos, I don't know Chaos, but you and Mary, y'all be talking about some weird shit over there, man. Like I don't know. You want to talk about white supremacy? That's not the space here, man. I got a lot of white friends. So I'm not sure you want to talk with us over here. So you and Mary like talking about black women and dysfunction and shit. So I don't know, man. I gotta take a break from y'all too. Y'all got me a little bit looking at y'all side eyes. So I kind of open it up more for there you go, black tea. Okay, so black tea's coming up. All right, so we got black tea here.
Yo, what up?
What's up, man?
Ain't nothing.
All right, you said something about why focus on the negative. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, it's my first time seeing the show, so I don't know what's been on in the past.
You good.
So when I first see it, it just seems like it's just like a bunch of negative talk, just ranting, just talking about people what people not doing. That's all. I mean, I don't know your history, so I don't know. I think I seen the show like from Dana, so I think we had Dana on here or something.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. And I say welcome to the show. I'm going over the verbatim of an algorithm that seems to be that of what they like to show about this space of YouTube now. You understand? You get what I'm saying, Black T?
Yeah.
I have, and hang on, I'll do this. I'll do this for you, brother. Hang on, let me go here. These are all my episodes. You know what I'm saying? I've talked about our power, talked about business. I can go all the way down, man. A lot of my stuff talk about accountability, black militias. There's nothing that I will not cover that is unsacred. That's just the thing about it. I try to be fair to allow all men and women for any kind of content to literally we can go over and actually discuss and build on. You understand? So I wouldn't do something where ranting. I get what you're saying about that. But when it comes to actually talking about accountability and proper building, the cards are going to be stacked up against you, especially depending on your stance of how you want to walk in your said truth. Understand? Like, it's just not one of those things. It just, you know what I'm saying? It's just not one of those things. I'm a black family man. There's not a lot of us content creators that actually are black family men on any spaces. I don't know that many. Do you know that many black family men content creators that came up their life? There's not a lot of us.
Nah.
See what I'm saying? Hold on now. So,
but you don't know background. A lot of YouTubers. I mean, a lot of content creators. You really don't know their background. Just see them up on YouTube.
Let me show you this. And Robbie and a lot of them will tell you. You would think with the way of how much we disparage the family imagery, especially in a lot of these spaces, that would be the one thing I would want to see is Black T with his family and authority out there doing things. You get what I'm saying? I need that image. I don't need to see Black T getting hoes, Black T at the courtroom talking down on people. I need to see me in power, raising a family, having a job, you know what I'm saying, starting up a little vending truck where you got your own money and coin coming in for you and your family. I need to see that. I need that in my spirit. You get me? That ain't me. That ain't me slicing at you or any other man. Doesn't matter the race or color. But I'm saying my imagery of men or just women like us that are out here busting our ass to 9 to 5 or the 12-hour shifts or picking up the doubles. There's not a lot of us. And then when there is, it comes with some type of shaming of get your shit together or you just ain't doing good enough. And I'm like, well, damn, dog.
Or they'll doubt you and they'll say that what you got going on and what you're doing is not real because it's unbelievable to them because that's not what they are willing to do.
Listen.
But is that an issue with the algorithm or the trolls?
No. You said no. You said what? You said
it's both.
It's both.
I'm trying to figure what's the issue? Is the issue with the algorithm or trolls? Just people just making comments, just trying to get a rise out of you, or
no. Trust me, they don't like. my mods, I love them. I love all of y'all. They are very strict about that kind of shit. Not this, for the fact that they want it where, listen, y'all, like how you said I want to come up. I don't mind having a conversation. You feel what I'm saying? But we men, we're gonna have different hindsets. I've never stopped any other man or woman coming up here so we can have the conversation. A lot of the people in my chat, they're not. Some of them are not even black. They're different. They're different colors. That's one thing about my channel I love is because everybody can sit at the round table and have the discussion on equal terms. The problem is, as far as it goes, we put the buffoonery above the priority. Will and Jada's bedroom issue is not talking about how we can go about getting property, getting townhouses, flipping them and selling them so that way we can get money to send somebody like Rob B to court to go petition for us to go get said policies changed. That, to me, that's the priority. I don't give a fuck what Will and Jada do. They've been fucked up. But stuff that's going to affect you, her, and me, that's my priority. I only addressed it to say, hey, guys, Will and Jada, they ain't got shit to do with black marriage. They're just one marriage. That's one marital couple. Take away the money, they just another marital couple. That's just a love affair that we're just watching on social media. You understand? But they don't make up. I never understood why people keep saying black masculinity is dead. What the fuck? How black masculinity died? Then what am I? What are you?
Okay.
Well, femininity killed it. What are you talking about? We out here, baby. T Black, you out there right now on your job, on your hustle.
Yeah,
you're being a man.
But that's why I always have an issue when kind of generalizing. I come on these stations, I hear generalize, well, black people need to do this. Well, black people do this. Like, nah, I'm black and I do that. So what are you talking about? So that's not true. It's just fine.
But
no. That's basically my point when I talk.
Go ahead, Robbie.
But in these spaces, those of us that are black and that are actually trying to have a positive effect on the community, that are actually taking this opportunity to utilize YouTube as a launcher for their other said businesses and endeavors, we are looked down upon. We are frowned upon. We are told that we aren't doing what we say we're doing because we're not taking people on a step-by-step journey throughout the day. And it's my opinion that it is much easier for the majority of black people, I'm not talking about all people, but the majority, to say, oh, you are the outsider if you are black and you are doing X, Y, and Z. You can't be being truthful. You can't be being valid. You can't be being honest. You must be lying, because it is easier to diminish and undermine the progress that we are making as black people to fix our said situations. It's easy to say that that's not true than to say, damn, if these black people are doing X, Y, and Z, then I can do it too. Let me put my nose to the grindstone and get it popping. That's the point.
But you say that's the majority. Is that the majority or just the loudest or the people that you hear?
Well, see, now I'm glad you brought that up, Black T. My voice as a family man is being drowned out now, almost to where I don't want to see my sons and my daughters and my people just out there in the streets unless it's something conducive. I'm watching a lot of laws and policies get passed, but have any of them been in you and I's benefit of getting a job, getting any type of credentials for us to be out there to actually make a change? There hasn't been nothing passed this whole year for us, and the elections are almost about to go on the thing. Ain't nobody brought us up. So when I'm trying to tell people, listen, y'all are drowning out the common sense with the stupid arguments. I wish that the black woman will respect me. Then quit messing with the hoes. Get your ass to work. Do what you need to do. I can promise you. And I try to talk to men like I'm not like a brother, like a father. Listen, bro, if you just go to work, do what you're supposed to do, you will find that one. because she's gonna be busy working too. But we understand that there's a lot of shit going on. I don't do the generalization. It's like the preacher. He says a message. If it applies, it applies. If it don't apply, you're gonna be, oh, okay, cool. So, but you can always come back to it. What we have going on now is we have a lot of more so anti-destructive rhetoric that goes against what you are standing for. To literally, what's going on, Elise? How you doing there? What goes against what you're standing for? Case in point, let me use this right here. I can see a single mother out there busting her ass and actually working. The single mother quota or logic that a lot of people say out there is that if you're a single mother, you're on Section 8, you're broke, you're out there laying on your back, all that other shit. Most women that I know that have kids that I know, they're working. They're out there working. They're out there busting their ass. Shit, most of them can't even get damn food stamps anymore because they're making too much money. Because they know, I'm gonna get you, Robbie. I'm just saying that, but I will watch that. I've heard men and women that have said shit, but mainly a lot of men say, if she is a woman with a child, she's damaged. She's fucked up beyond repair. I'm like, well, damn. So what they gonna say about you, nigga? So what are they gonna say about the single father? Because you just said shit damaged beyond repair. So what does that put you on the table? But see, oh, BMT, quit simping. Like, God damn, no, bro. The pendulum swings both ways. Stop saying that person is like done to destroyed or the coochie's no good. Like, who are you? You're not the gatekeeper, bro. I'm out here making my money. I tell a lot of brothers, if it's a woman that is supporting your dream and she's making sure that you good, ain't no brother gonna turn that sister away with no common sense. And I've seen some brothers. I remember this one young man. He was working at AutoZone, and he was talking to a young lady, and things escalated and got better. And I guess he found out she was a single mother. Okay. Now he emailed, he said, BMT, what do I do? I said, well, wasn't she cooking you lunch, washing your clothes? When you needed some money for your rent, she came up and helped you? Yeah. So why do you have to ask me what you as a man, you already know you have a supportive woman? That's a hard thing to find. Why? Mm-hmm. Well, she has a kid. Who gives it? Listen, bro, when you take over that household, she and that child are under you. They will follow you. So why? See, when you have certain rhetoric that speaks against that of being a man and telling us that of our power, then the easily influenced people start to believe that is normal. That literally a brother who literally gets a misdemeanor or gets locked up, okay, he made a mistake, but now he's out working, making good money. Well, guess what? He's no good. He's a degenerate pookie. He's a detriment to society. Throw him away. Why are you throwing him away? This brother out here working as a manager at Lowe's, making good money. He made a mistake when he was younger. He's getting up now. Why are we trying? This is stuff I have to combat and say, okay, I want y'all to sit down. Think about what you're saying now. There's only 13%. We're less than 13% almost now. We can't keep on throwing people away at this point. We're gonna be extinct, really. I'm not sure we at the cloning level yet. So I'm gonna pass it to y'all. Y'all go ahead and let's rock, man. But I'm glad you came up, Black T. You always welcome to come up here. What's going on, Mr. Research?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, brother.
All right, let me make this quick for my connection. This is what I want to say to Black T. Yeah, what BMT and Raw B are saying, and I'm whispering because I'm at work. What Raw B and BMT are saying in the simplistic form.
You're a little bit low, family.
We got the anti-blacks. Their voice is so consistent. They may not be the majority because they have their voice is so consistent because they got time. They got time with saying a Black T. And you can't put out an anti-black message and at the same time complain about whites and other people who are going against black. It's a double-edged sword at that point. If you got people like BMT, Raw B, myself, who are going against the norm, and maybe we are the majority of the 13%. But the people who are just at home putting out garbage against successful people, against family people, to BMT's point, they're now creating a double-edged sword. They're saying Black T, he ain't nothing because he a trucker. He ain't nothing because he doing this. And then now, when the whites come and say the same thing, now all of a sudden they turn back to BMT. Hey, BMT, can you help me? Hey, Raw B, look at them attacking us. No, no, bruh. You done spent 5, 8 years talking anti-black, helping people be anti-black. Now they're coming against you, and now you turn to the people who were stable to get help. It's ridiculous. So now we're at the point where I think BMT's point is getting so bad amongst blacks that even Cubans who are Hispanic come in with their dark skin, pretend they black in ADOS spaces and talk anti-black. Africans who don't have no connection to black, they just want to be known as Nigerian only. They're coming in our spaces talking anti-black. So we just got so many people using their black skin to come in and talk anti-black when they got other narratives and other agendas that have nothing to do with us building here. And it's going to get to a point, Black T, where the Candace Owens of the world are going to be doubled and tripled. And then we're going to be screaming, look at what they doing to us. But we helped them the whole time. And I think that's the point that they're saying.
That is
Respect that.
very dead on. But I want to say this too. There's nothing wrong if a single mother has to be on food stamps or Section 8. Listen, if you gotta do what you gotta do to make sure that you and your kids eat, cool. The problem becomes, well, the problem, it becomes an issue when people get stagnant, when they become complacent, when they want to live out the rest of their existence on said government benefits that are supposed to help you through a rough time. Your whole life is not rough. And if your life is seeming like it's not going down a great path, then it is up to you to say, you know what? I don't want to live like this. I don't want my children to be a product of the system. Let me go harder so that they learn a better way to go. And people don't want to hear that because we have whole generations, we have whole families that have existed on these systems. So they don't want to hear nobody talking about you don't need that to survive. You can get it on your own. They don't want to hear that. It's scary to them.
May I speak now? Okay, I'll take that as a yes. Can everybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so there's also, and I apologize if this is coming off as redundant because I've been multitasking, running around, but also trying to catch the show. We got an issue with a lot of hypocrites on here too. Example, like I heard Joe mention, the guys that stay bashing the women. Now I used to have a lot of videos of myself, and I'm one of the folks that would, I suppose you could say I was bashing black women, but at the same time, I would also take my responsibility for the situations that came around, like in the bad relationships I had. I didn't just blindly do it like a lot of these guys are doing, and a lot of these females are doing. I wasn't constantly like trying to play victim. I say what I did wrong. And a lot of these people are not. Like I've seen Facebook groups, I've called shows. I think actually BMT, I think he's seen some of these Facebook groups too, where they'll sit there and they'll dog the fuck out of single mothers, but they can't leave them the fuck alone. They'll talk all this about how they're living good and all this other stuff, but they don't show it. They're liars. They do everything they can to deceive and just try to act like they're more than what they really are.
Let me I want y'all to understand this. And shout out to my brother Super Sly 75. I always enjoy going over there, checking him out. I want you to understand this, man. And we are digressing. Y'all talk these. That's what I'm saying. I'm not seeing these channels and these panels being conducive towards building. Listen, man. I done had a woman who aborted my child without permission, and I've had my baby mother and my child killed. So I've lost 2 children and 1 woman. How many times have y'all ever seen me jump on here and rant about women? You don't see me do that. I'm a man. And I'm not, and I can never take them scars off of my heart and my soul, but I had to learn how to move on. I had to learn how to move on as a man. I don't make my priority bashing and keep on talking about hurt, pain, suffering, and death and destruction. I don't jump on social media on howtobeaman.com. It's what I am. I'm out there busting my ass, working and doing what I need to do. And now all I'm seeing is the rah-rah circle jerks. When I say, listen, bro, I get it. I don't make the money like the billionaires and stuff. But I do take my money and I do take young boys and teach them how to do some boxing, how to do marksmanship. I got videos of me taking a bunch of kids out there to learn how to shoot guns and rifles. I teach some girls how to do cooking, how to do sutures with a knife, and how to do stitching. Why? Because that's my job to do that. I got my lane as a man. The women that around me got their lane as a woman. But see, we are now in an episode of a life now. And see, I'm very thankful for COVID. Because all the bullshit talking points are now starting to show they don't work. It's not about, and at this point, that's what I said. At this point in the game, I know now that I have never and will never truly be welcomed in these spaces. Not as a black person, not as a man, not as a family man, and not as an underdog. I will never truly be accepted. And this is not me being ranting on, but I have seen other content creators like me. They left. They just left. They stopped talking about black issues. Why? Because they understood that nobody wanted to hear what they had to say. So whenever we have our look, I know sin. I know. I know sin. But I'm one of the very few that have been here for a long time. And then also I'm part of the manosphere. But I know my lane. My lane, I would be that small little section of the police department in the basement, way behind the damn evidence locker. You'll find my little desk. But I want brothers like T Black out there that's dressed fine. He probably out there getting a job and doing the shit. I would be the guy who would probably talk about you and do a whole show. So what's it like going out there finding a job? Now that won't probably be a much watched show, but damn it, it's the fucking truth. I would do a show about sin going to Job Corps because we got brothers who need to know about Job Corps. You know what I'm saying? We got real shit. I would do a talk. Caroline and me, we talked about why black men don't get respect. Caroline, you want to come up? I literally talked with a white woman, and she told me why black men don't get respect. A white woman talking to me, a black man, telling me, but y'all, a lot of y'all think that if I go get me some white coochie, I'm going to get respect in society. I had a white woman telling me why you don't even get respect in the home.
Oh, but I want to speak real quick about
that was some dark shit that day.
Hey, I got something to say after Raw B is done.
Go ahead, Robbie. Go ahead, Robbie.
I wanted to say, Black T, you said about the algorithms, if it was the majority or the people making the most noise. And you got to understand, it is really primarily about the algorithms, because people that run these platforms, if you're done doing your, yes, go outside and play, yes, go play. If you are you're existing in these said spaces, all of social media is set up to push out the most degrading of humanity. Go look down your Facebook, go look down your Instagram, don't go look down your Twitter. Even if you have ever even remotely tapped into something that's ratchet or déclassé, these said spaces will continue to put these people in your recommendations. But you won't see a channel like BMT, but you won't see a channel like Clever. But you won't see a channel like Mr. Research. But you'll gladly see somebody sitting in their kitchen table, going off, smoking a blunt, having a drink, and talking trash. You know
But
what I mean?
Blowing
so are
smoke.
you mastering the algorithm? Are you knowing what it wants, what it's feeding, what it takes to get a video up? Are you getting your likes? Are you getting the people to promote it? I mean, are you doing the things that the other people are doing? I mean, that's what I would have to
Of
say, because I've
course.
seen other shows that. Go ahead.
No. Here's the thing about it. I'm gonna pass it to Rob B first. She speaks on the female side, and I speak on the male side. And Rob B speaks as a parent, and I think I saw her do the show about autism with a child. If she had not done that, speaking to a black father and a black child, that show would have probably been real popping. If she had not done that, talking about anything about black boys and autism, though we know a lot of our children had ADHD and a lot of different issues, if she had did that shit differently, that shit would have been popping as fuck.
Right. If I would have just said, oh, autism and what to look for in boys, then that video would have gotten probably 56,000 views in a day. But because I addressed it to the black community and what black boys with autism look like and how, black fathers respond to that, it didn't do what it was supposed to do. Now it's tagged appropriately. It was shared in great spaces, and it was put out onto a lot of different platforms, because I have a lot of things that I do with my foundation, the Butterfly Progressive. But because it's speaking to black people, making black people aware of what goes on in our community. There are so many parents right now that have children that are on the spectrum of autism, and they have no clue, because our black community will say it's okay if boys don't talk. Oh, he's quiet anyway. He's just going to be a quiet man. He doesn't need to be meeting the same developmental milestones as far as speech and, sensory development or whatever. No, that's not cool. Black mothers need to take a look at their children and know who their children are.
So is it the algorithm, or is it just people's interests?
Both.
Both.
You got it's both. It's both.
And I can tell you, hold on, BMT, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna be quiet.
Go ahead.
And I can tell you from personal experience, because when I'm on my platform and I'm getting into it with somebody and I'm going off, the numbers go through the roof. I'll see 40, 50 people in my chat. But when I'm talking about some business or ways that people can expand themselves and grow and make money, because I am a stay-at-home mother that still gets income, the growth is not the same.
Right.
Because people love the drama. And that's what YouTube and other social media platforms push.
All right. I mean, just from my opinion, and I probably had to do some more research on it.
Right.
Because I'm about 40 and up, and then most of my friends and stuff, they don't look at YouTube or even pay attention to this stuff. That's why I was saying expand the audience. They don't look for YouTube to get shows or any kind of voice. They may look at a video they see on Facebook or something from YouTube, but they really don't look at it for information and stuff. So that's why I was saying earlier about expanding your audience. I'm about to do some research on that. Because it just seems like you're saying like that, because you put black in it, the algorithm is picking it up and saying it's black in it, so I'm not gonna promote it. I mean, that's what it seems. Yeah, I just think maybe just people interested in the age group that's on YouTube. That they're really not here for serious things. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was about to say, it's certain words. Like I remember back when I used to upload videos, I want to say if you put black in them, I want to say that actually like causes it to get marked down as far as priorities on list of views and stuff like that. And then I don't remember who it was that I followed. It might have been BMT. It might have been you. It might have been LAR Movement. Or it might have been O'Shea. I know it was one of you three. When I was watching y'all's video called a live stream, and one of y'all specifically said you noticed it every time you typed in black, it was an issue with uploading the video later on. But if you take black out and put something else in there, then it comes up perfectly fine.
Now, I wanted to show this before I pass it on to Caroline. But I wish a lot of SYS BM guys were here. Let me show you this. Black creators sue YouTube alleging racial discrimination. Now, this isn't the only article. There's multiple articles. But literally, the algorithm systematically removes their content or limits how much it can earn from advertising. They allege. Now, most people, I can't tell you how many times I have been live and literally people say, BMT, you were live the whole time? Well, shit, I've been on here for 45 minutes to an hour. They never notified me. They never, I said, can y'all please, like, this happened to me when I came out being a conservative. They shadow banned us on Facebook. Told them when I started doing black content, I definitely got shadow banned. And I'm like, damn, I best never talk about black people again. Now, when I stopped talking about black people shit, everybody started seeing my shit again. When I went back to talking about black people stuff, I'm like, oh, okay. So y'all really do. Yeah.
They cut your video last week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they cut my feed last week that had nothing negative, but literally they cut my feed. Now, I'm joined here. We're joined here by Caroline. Caroline, can you hear me, dear? You can hear me, Caroline? I'm going to make this you unmute up. Now,
I
Caroline.
Sure do.
Now, Caroline, we've had a talk before. And we talked about, I remember I told Caroline, but we were talking on Maurice Delk's channel. Now, Maurice Delk, that's my brother. We talk about stuff. It's usually blacks and whites and people different backgrounds. We're all talking about everything. I said, Caroline, and I told the white women, I said, what would you think if I told you there's a group of men that believe that you as white women are superior and that literally by divesting and being with y'all, that they are upgrading, they'll have a better family, a better home, and all that stuff. What did you and other white women, how did y'all feel when I started telling y'all all that said stuff? What did you start talking to me about? But me and you had that talk.
It's about social programming. It's about a very long-term plan set out by the elites that are in power to take away the men of color's role within their family, to take away their power, to separate and divide the family, and to pit them against the women. And by pushing these specific agendas, it creates the separation in the family. By criminalizing melanated men, you are effectively separating the family. You're teaching the whole community that they're criminals. People know better than that, but they still buy into it. It's a very long process that they've been since the very get-go, when things actually started taking place and people began to fear each other in such a way that you end up with the male and female, the toxic masculinity, the toxic femininity. You end up with all of these very nebulous and very directed agendas to split up the family and take their power away.
Well, me and you talked about how does that help whenever we call our own women welfare queens, ratchet, low degenerate? Is that helping the problem with the home, or what is that doing? Saying
it drives it further apart. It drives it further apart. You're basically taking the healthy roles that have been established since the beginning of time between male and female, between healthy men and healthy women, and you're turning them against each other in such a way as, you know, women have got to a point to where they feel like they have to carry the whole load because the men are not there anymore. The men are programmed to basically be driven by their libido. The whole construct is in such a way as that the men are trained to hate themselves. They're trained to hate each other. The women are trained to hate each other. You know, it becomes this huge competition for the great unicorn that just really is not represented properly in any form of social media or any form of representation of what a healthy family is. And it's been a long-term agenda since the very get-go, since the foundation of this country. Right. And people's identities and heritages have been lost along the way. And it was to take away that basis of identity and foundation. When you take away somebody's identity and their foundation, you can control them. Mm-hmm. And that's all that's going on. People are being controlled by programming. You know, everybody's out trying to, you know, live their best life and do what they can. Well, that's not represented properly in any form of media because it doesn't sell well. Drama and thirst and thoughterly and, you know, just negativity is what sells. And, you know, when it comes to the programming to where, you know, you've got little boys being raised in such a way that they hate their mothers. They hate their mothers. They're taught to hate their mothers. Whether it's a good woman or not, they're taught to hate their mothers by society. Why? So they go to the white females. They go to other races instead of their own. Why? Because they're trained to hate. And in doing so, that makes these melanated women be free to be, you know, basically used and abused. And it's been that construct for a long time.
And the thing about it is this. Me and Caroline we ain't really in depth. I'm just telling you, that's just a scathe of a conversation that me and her had. It wasn't just me. It was a bunch of white women all talking about this with me on Mo's channel late at night. Mo just let us just talk. The thing about it is, I was like, what the fuck? Like, hold up. You telling me that literally Caroline and all these other white women know all this about black men and black women, but then y'all don't know shit about their culture. But they understand y'all niggas need help. Don't worry, Caroline, I'm safe for y'all. So she literally systematically just broke down literally 4 years of YouTube talk in just about 8 minutes. 8 minutes. She did it in 8 minutes. What was 4 years of talking? All the talking points in 8 minutes. So whenever it comes to that of a functional man in a household, when I say that the imagery of a man, what's going on X, what's going on JI, and the imagery of a woman doing something positive, again, that gets shadow banned all the time because we understand. That's why a lot of people say fight shadow banning, fight censorship, share the content, because that's not what wants to be seen by certain people out there. If you want to talk about certain stuff, I know I'm an independent. So I understand what's at stake when I talk about my stuff. That's why I don't mind being open. I don't mind. There's not a lot of people unless I got a big backer from some other entity that showcases their family. I show my children, I show Melissa, I showcase my business and everything. I'm very transparent. Why? Because that gives y'all the chance to say that there is functionality, that we don't always have to keep talking about struggles, that literally, even without reparations, you can go do it yourself. Your kids are, you know, the first line of reparations your kids are going to ask for, it's going to be you. They're going to ask mama, daddy, I need some help. Mama, daddy, I need some lunch money. I need some school. I need school clothes. They're not going to say government. They're going to say, you are the first line of government. Are we not? And that's not us shooting down, but I got to take care of the first line of government is home. Why we keep talking about burning down and destroying homes? So I get it. So that's why I said YouTube don't want to see me. YouTube don't want to see Black T or Sin. Me and X, I'm gonna pass over to X, but shout out Caroline. I promise you, Caroline, when we do our talk, we might have to go over to Patreon.
Hey, when X is,
just one point on your,
you know they're gonna run your ass off to hell. Go ahead, Black T.
Just one point on the burning things down. I just want to make it clear when people say they're burning stuff down, they're not burning down their own community. They really don't have a stake in their community. They really don't have anything in their community. They're not burning down their own community. Maybe they will be inconvenienced, but they don't really have an invested interest in their community, and that entails the real problem.
No. I know that's hard to believe, Black T, but I shit you not. A lot of people actually want the community to burn. They actually did. They actually wanted to. Like, I kid you not. They literally, if you go listen to some people's rhetoric, they literally want people to burn and die and suffer. Literally. Yep. I was like, wait, that isn't that not so?
Well, why shouldn't they?
Now, why? But here's the thing about it. Tell me, you say, why shouldn't they? Why would you want to burn down the place where you lay your head?
Because you have no vested interest in it. You're not making anything economically. It's not for you. You're just there.
Go ahead, Sin.
Okay, that's like when you were a kid and you get angry and trash your room. When it's over, you still got to clean it up.
Yeah, maybe you can have a vested interest once you clean it up. Once when you build it, maybe you can have some economic impact in your community. Once you clean it up and be a part of it.
Who's to say you couldn't have an economic impact beforehand? A lot of people.
Well, it's not. It's not happening.
It's not. Why isn't it happening? What's stopping the people from having an investment?
So why is it not happening?
Yes. What stops them from having an investment in their?
You said, they don't have any money.
The inequality stops it from.
They're not part of the banking system.
The agenda stops.
Their politicians don't pay attention to them. Their politicians are just there at the table.
It's
now let me.
But we have money.
Exactly, and these are the people that are elected into these positions.
And our community has money, but they got money for the dumb stuff. They got money for weed. They got money for sneakers. They got money for PlayStation. They got money to blow down sacks of bud. They got money to go get drunk and turn up in the club. You should not be in the club every week.
That's not real money. That's not real money.
I got one. Some of these guys, let's just be honest, some of these dudes got money to buy pussy and some of these girls got money to buy dick.
So here's the thing about it.
What do you mean that's not real money?
And that's part of the programming.
Right, I'm gonna give you an analogy.
That's part of the programming.
She broke it down to me.
I'm not talking about that little stuff. I'm talking about the ability to get money for a business, for buying homes. I mean, the numbers are there. They're just not there. The banking, they're not getting the loans. They're getting their red line from historically red line. It's just not there. I mean, we can say trivial things like somebody buys a pair of Jordans for $100 that they should have bought for $50. But I'm talking about real things, real tangible things.
But I'm telling you,
it's not there. The system is not set up. I mean, the country is not set up for you.
Hold tight, Black T. How many black men do you know that have more than 10 pair of Jordans? It's the same Jordan in a different color. It's over $250 a pair. 10 times $250, that's $2,500. How many women do you know, myself included? I'm gonna keep it real with you. Spend hundreds of dollars on wigs, but got mad wigs, yo. If you spending $250, $300 on a wig times 10, that's $3,000. If you doing that every year and you save that money instead and invest it into yourself, you can build something.
I can tell y'all.
I understand. I understand. What I'm just saying. Though that's just kind of trivial. Like, take my profession. I'm an urban planner. I work in New Jersey. New Jersey gets $3 billion a year. Spends $3 billion on transportation improvements. What percentage of that is going to black people's pockets? How many people know about that?
This
Where
is
your
very
politicians?
true.
I mean, that's kind of
This
stuff
is
I'm talking
very
about.
true.
I mean, little ghetto stuff. I mean, it's cute, but real stuff. Real people that's out here doing stuff and trying to do stuff, and it's getting pushed back.
Let me.
But the point is, but that's exactly the mindset and the agenda that holds us back. Because you'll say that's something little and small and ghetto to the people that's out there really doing something major. But if you got 10 people that put together their little small ghetto money, then they can then take and invest and put a down payment on a business and use their tangible liquid assets as collateral.
But what I'm saying, but that's not what I'm saying. But how can you expect them to know how to do things when people in the middle class and upper class don't even have their shit together?
Hang on. Okay, X just dropped off. No, you're good. You're good.
When
You're
people
good.
want something, they'll research it themselves and go find it one way or another. When I was younger and I felt like I was lacking as a man, I went out. I had a very short career in the military, but I went to the military and I realized, damn it, okay, this is what I was missing. I was missing life experiences. I was missing this. I was missing that, and then I started working to add it.
I wanted to say this. I wanted to say this for me as a business owner. This is why I always say sometimes it's good to just grab the people who are actually there at ground zero doing it. And I showed y'all I have brick and mortar and also work from home. I've been doing this for a few years now. One of the things about it is this. There are people that are doing it, but you don't see them on YouTube. You don't. They're too busy out there working, doing hustle and bustle. When people say that there's no money in the black community, then I always ask them, then why do people keep setting up shops in the black community to sell to blacks? I would never put my store somewhere where I'm not going to make no money. But I always see another culture that will come and set up a business in the community and sell to the community. So that must mean there is money there. Now, in looking at that, I'm not. They don't listen. Y'all, if y'all thinking that other cultures go to the bank to go get money, they don't. They're not going to the banks to get money. They go amongst themselves and pay down the payment for that year for that business, set up and put from out of other businesses what they want in there. I rode around and showed y'all my town. There's mom and pop restaurants that I go. I never had a Popeye's chicken sandwich, but I sure kept going back to Miss Rosetta, and she was selling plate dinners loaded full up with meatloaf, green cabbage and greens, and doggone red rice, and she was selling those plates for $9. And she said, "I'll load it up," but I kept coming back. She kept loading up my plates. But see, if you don't support your own, what do you expect to get out of it? What do you expect to get out of it? And I mean, I can't tell you how to spend your money, but we like to always point out the lower hanging fruit. Granted, I'm not gonna lie to you, but the people that were working at the Walmarts, the people that were working at the grocery stores, as you like to call them, the lower hanging fruit people, they were still working. They were still working.
I gotta point something out.
I'm just saying, the people in the hood, I'm not sure if y'all knew that, but they were still going to work. They were still out there saying, "Hey, I got to go back to work. I'm sorry, I can't stop." I saw a lot of them getting on them ATM buses and stuff going to work. So I don't want to hear that they ain't the people out there trying to get a job and working. But we like to easily point out the negativity rather than actually what's within your power to do. If you don't have the money to go set up a brick and mortar, that's fine. You don't have to start up a brick and mortar at the first point. You can literally start from home. There's a lot of started home businesses. I know these two girls, they cook out of their own kitchen. You can go to the Dollar General store, go buy the plates, put the food in the plates, and go DoorDash your food. and have your money cash app to you. They did all that through Facebook. Whatever. $800. I mean, $800 that they had that they saved up, and they actually made $2,400, and they weren't even getting a stimulus check. Now they did that. That was two girls, one 19 and the other one 21. So if those two can figure it out, I know we can figure it out.
Hey, Joe.
It's not hard. What's up, Sin?
I was about to say, you know, another issue with us is, aside from like supporting our own, motherfuckers are always trying to look for discounts. Like I had a lady who I was driving around, took her to get herself a car a couple of days ago. I had been driving around for the better half of a year at least. And you know, one of the, like she had a guy ask her for a number. She gave him a business card, and the guy immediately starts trying to ask for discounts. And I've noticed that issue happens a lot with us. We'll go in there, we'll ask for discounts, constantly try to shortchange the folks, and then complain about the service. And then some people that actually get the services starting our community and a business, they got, you know, they're shitty with it.
I wanted to point out this.
So let's talk about.
Go ahead, Caroline, because I'm glad we got Caroline. Caroline will be the ambassador of the white delegation, because I want to make sure we keep it fair. Caroline, you have been designated the white ambassador, because I guess in white land, y'all are living up in the Emerald City right now. So I definitely want to make sure that we know what's going on in Emerald City. I am a black family underdog, so I don't know what y'all do over there. Even though I look across the trailer park and y'all doing some crazy shit with the meth labs. But we won't talk on that to this episode. Caroline, what's your thoughts on some of the stuff that you're hearing so far?
Okay, so for me, one of the biggest conversations that we had within the community here was everybody that was trying to get their self together and trying to make a sustainable family situation that has been struggling. Folks that are not able because, as you know, was discussed earlier, the wife is making too much or the husband is making too much. You know, the struggles that people face of every background, you know, basically got thrown in their face at the beginning of all of this stuff with the pandemic. You know, was really a slap in the face to everybody, because people have been asking and petitioning and using their votes to try to get their voices heard. And in the face of this pandemic, you know, everybody that's been struggling, that's been trying to have their voices heard, basically just got their face slapped, because the government pulls out trillions of dollars, like they had it hiding underneath their couch cushions all along. Mm-hmm. And when it came to the fact that it was everybody, you know, the 99% that were affected by this, affected by having their businesses shut down, affected by having their communities shut down, you know, it's a slap in the face to everybody, because all of a sudden, all of these funds just magically appeared out of thin air. We know where it's coming from. We know where it's coming from. It's going to come from the schools that are closed. It's going to come from the programs that are in place to help the children.
Well, you got to understand, too, that the Federal Reserve just printed that money. You have to understand that the stimulus packet that went out during the pandemic is going to cripple the economy. You have to understand the value of the dollar. It went under $1 during the printing of those billions of dollars. And a lot of people don't know that.
Absolutely. And we are basically living, the people that actually did get those checks and the people that actually did get, you know, their checks to them are living on their children's and their grandchildren's future.
Yep.
That's the way the whole construct was set up. It's set up to where our grandparents are taking away our own livelihood with the debt and everything else that's set up, and it's set up to fail. It is set up to fail. Every single country that had a financial collapse, there's always a huge portion of that society that said, "Oh, it'll never happen here," and then it happens.
Right. This is just like
And
when
so
grief.
what we're faced with is basically, we have to self-sustain. We have to come together. We have to, put aside any and all differences, because, until we get to a point where we can sit just like on this panel and hear each other and talk and understand and overcome any kind of misconceptions that are there and see each other's struggles as being the same across the board, change is not going to happen, because there's a whole lot of people that are feeding into everything right now. They don't realize that the true faces of the movements and everything that are going on look like me.
Right.
I try to tell
And I
people,
absolutely feel that all of this is set up as a downfall. It's all set up because people that are in power are scared that they're going to lose it. And to keep everybody subjugated to this system, they are doling out little bits at a time to keep everybody pacified, while not addressing the bigger topics, which is the fact that people are struggling. They've been struggling. And having proper representation in any form, in all forms, is just not there. It doesn't sell. So when BMT comes on and he's talking about truth, he's talking about facts, he's talking about his life and what he deals with and what he sees and the energy that he invests back into his own community, that's what everybody needs to do. But we don't see it represented because it doesn't sell. So these panels and these conversations are of such great value, because in every sense of the meaning, they are censoring us. YouTube took away the option in chats to be able to go directly to somebody's channel.
Right.
And that took away our ability to be able to connect with other people to have these conversations. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They are trying to distance everybody and trying to feed. Partially, it is partially. Because the people that are spitting real truth are being shut down.
But the YouTube took away that function because there was a lot of channels that were doing networking and helping people grow their platforms quickly. And it was very easy to sit in somebody's chat while they were doing a network party and click the live and open up several tabs and go and follow people. So YouTube felt that that was a way for people to skirt the system and get some monetization quickly, as opposed to organic growth. So that's why they took that particular function away.
I've had my subscribers shaved so many times. Like I remember one time I literally said, I forgot. I said something about getting a job. And the next day I came back, I lost like 200 subscribers. And I was like, God damn, I better never talk about getting jobs again. If that's the damn case, like, fuck. But the minute I went and talked about how to get some pussy, all my subscribers came back. I was like, well, damn, like overnight. So,
well, and those grow channels was actually how I found you, Miss B.
I know.
Over a year ago, when I was still starting my channel. And I love the fact that what you talk about is outside of the mainstream, because it shows me and shows other people that there are people that are truly seeing what's going on, and they're addressing these conversations and they're having these conversations. And that is real, tangible hope. I had somebody tell me last night that what I was saying and what I was talking about is just so shocking to other people to understand, that it's the reality of what's really going on is shocking for some people, because they've been so programmed that they can't see it. And I think that the fact that you're actually talking about this stuff and you're sharing these views and you're bringing these conversations to the table, it's invaluable. And I thank you for it. I thank everybody here for it.
And thank
because
you,
this is where
Carolyn.
growth starts, and this is where change starts.
And thank you for real, because sometimes, you know, us content creators that bring content outside the box, we need to hear that because we get so much backlash and there's just so much negativity. And there's times when you want to quit, when you're like, why? Why am I exposing myself in this manner to try to affect some type of change and nobody's getting it? So I thank you. That touched me a different way. I appreciate you.
Let me ask Black T. Black T, what draws you to certain channels? What draws you to certain channels?
Black T, are you there?
I can't.
Oh, hang on. I know.
Yeah,
Black
we can't.
T,
We can't hear you, fam.
that headset doesn't work. I know. I try using my Bluetooth headset.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was into it too. Basically, it's the content. I mean, I like shows like that. You know, I had just
Yep.
happen to like black shows and stuff like that. So I guess I'm drawn to that, and it gets into my I guess the algorithm sends me shows like this. But you know, I get shows like this. I get a lot of negative stuff, but I do get shows like this from time to time.
I want one thing about it that if we've been looking for, if we've been listening to, but I'm about to wrap it up. You know, I haven't eaten my breakfast. Damn, it's literally people been asking for representation. You know what I'm saying, Black T? A lot of people been asking for representation. The gays want representation. The Islamic people, they wanted representation. They were tired of hearing about Islamophobia. We had it where the Hispanic people were saying, hey, quit treating us like less than, we're people too. Everybody wanted some type of imagery of representation that reflected good on them, not bad, right? Mm-hmm. And I tell them it starts with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to tell people, like, listen, that's not me. What only thing I can tell people, I remember somebody asked me, well, BMT, did you get this passed? Did you do this? I said, well, we got this done and we're doing this. But one of the things I would tell people in success, and I believe that you can agree on this, that we don't compare our walk of life to other people. It's what we as individuals, we do. You don't look to the next man on, well, he's doing this, so damn, I'm not doing enough. You just say, well, this is what I'm doing in my life, in my space. And I can respect that because I don't think I think that's what people fall up short is when we start comparing our life to other people. You know what I'm saying? When you start comparing your life to other people, that's when you start falling up short because then your life, what I do and what Sin do is different. What Robbie does and what Caroline do is different. What you've done, what you're doing and done in your life and what I'm doing, it's going to always be different. And one of the things about it is we like to play the compare game. And nobody ever wins that game. That's one thing my dad told me. Worry about your own field. Don't worry about the next man's field. You looking over at his field, he's still working. Your field ain't getting done. And so I think that's one of the main reasons. Like, when it comes to doing business, especially in the Black community, I don't compare. I don't talk about other communities, but I don't know what the fuck they doing behind closed doors. But I know what I can be doing behind my closed doors with the people that do want to work. And the thing about it is, when people ask questions, this is how you know people who are in the circle and out of the circle. People who are within certain groups, they don't tell other people. And you're a successful man. You're not going to tell other people outside of your board meeting what y'all doing until y'all are ready to tell them. You get what I'm saying? Because that goes on, because they probably don't understand y'all movements. You feel me? Just like the people that are part of J.R. Johnson LLC. Well, by the time people find out or see what I'm doing, whoa, Mr. Johnson, when did y'all set that up? Well, it wasn't ready for y'all to see. Y'all weren't ready for that. So I don't tell people what I do or spend my money on because I don't have time for people to start critiquing and try to break down what I'm doing because they'll try to find any said fault that they can. They'll tell me about laws, grants, petitions, all that shit. I'm like, you can keep talking about that shit, but what are you doing? What do you got? I'm about to set my old lady up with a business for massage therapy. Where's your man? Is he setting you up for a business?
Nice.
Where's your woman at? Are you doing that for her? I don't compare my struggles to your struggles because y'all don't know what I had to do. I might have to skip a meal or two to get to that next level. That's my determination. I don't mind saying that sometimes when I'm not in my right place, my woman has to take over. But she don't treat me any less than a man. But certain people have certain dynamics of how they have to maneuver and operate. So that way they can get to that next level of I think that's why now successful people are not holistically telling people anymore how to get there because they understand motherfuckers aren't serious. When somebody's ready to become an apprentice or ready to actually learn the truth, they will seek it out. But for right now, in this time, people aren't trying to seek it out. What's going on, Brother X? I saw you. I tried to get to you, but you dropped right out. What's going on, Commissioner? But I know you got to wrap up. I know you're going to wrap up the word and give it to them. I know you hear what's going on. I put it up there.
Listening.
Go ahead, fam.
I've been listening. Peace to you, first and foremost, for bringing me on. Peace, everybody up here. Lady Raw B, I see you over there. Yeah, man. I think we as black people, we get caught up in the minutia of sayings and terms, and everybody can be a star. You can do whatever you want to do. You can be whatever you want to be. And the reality is, when it comes to most things, whether it be having a successful relationship, whether having a family, or whether having a career, or becoming an entrepreneur and owning your own business, it's not so much you can do whatever you want to do, because there's a caveat to that. You can do and become whatever your skill level and your mind frame dictates. All right. I'm a mechanical engineer. The average motherfucker that I know cannot become a mechanical engineer. Now, the average motherfucker I know could probably become a bike mechanic or a furniture assembler. So we can't go around telling people, well, you can do whatever you want to do. You can be whatever you want to be. It's not true. I'll say again, you can do and be whatever your skill level dictates and whatever your mind frame dictates. That's what it's limited to. Because if that be the case, shit, I'd have been in the NBA. That's what I wanted to do. But I'm not there, and I didn't do it. So I think we got to get out of telling black folks fallacies that, we all can be millionaires. We all can be superstars. We all can be entrepreneurs, because let's be honest, some people are not capable of running their own business. Some people aren't even capable of holding down a job and working for somebody else. They're not. It's not for everybody. It's not. So I think we got to start telling people, man, to focus on what you're good at, as opposed to just focusing on whatever we tell you. Whatever we tell you is good. Because what I tell you is good may not be good for you. I can tell you to do a lot of shit, but if it's not good for you, if it's not a good fit for you, you're not going to be successful at it. You're not. Do what you're good at. Focus on what you're good at. Focus on what your interests are and hone that skill. Research that thing. Know everything you could possibly know about it and never stop learning about it. That's what you call being successful at something. My father used to tell me all the time, he said, son, being a success means really not knowing that you're successful. That is success. When you don't realize you're successful, that's success. If you walking around saying, oh, I'm successful, motherfucker, you ain't successful. You're not successful because you're saying that. You're saying that. So when we talk about, and to the topic, why YouTube and 95% of this section does not support or discredits family men. You know why? Because family men who are wrapped up in a marriage with children and relationships that are solid and ongoing are what? A fucking minority, man. It's definitely a minority in this sector. It's a minority across the board collectively. What are we at? Like somewhere between 20 and 28% of black folks married? And that's a minority. And it's going down every damn day. So, of course, I mean, being a family man isn't going to be celebrated because everything, especially on media, counters that. It's anti that. A lot of times when you come up here and you talk about marriage and shit like that, I know because I've known my wife for two decades and some change. You come up here and start talking about your wife and your life and all that kind of shit. First thing they say, oh, you a simp. You blue pill. You this, you that. Because, see, it seems so odd to us to have a successful relationship. It seems so odd to us that to have a woman that you love, you've had children with, and y'all built things on. Y'all have a life, y'all have a home, y'all have a business, y'all have a legacy that you built on. It seems so foreign to us. A lot of these concepts that are outside of the mainstream just seem so foreign to us. So how do we fight it? How do we fight it? We fight it by saying it's bad. We fight it by saying it's soft. We fight it by saying, oh, that's what simps do. That's what sellouts do. That's what coons do. Notice how those descriptors are prescribed to anything that's outside of the norm. If it's outside of the norm, oh, you're a coon, you're a sellout, you're a simp, you're this, you're that. That's just the truth. Because we are so indoctrinated.
That's 100%
to follow
true.
the same old fucking patterns. When you go against the grain, that's when people start labeling you.
That's a fact. And you got 40 years
This is
ago,
when somebody else says
the
something.
number of maintained families, the number of the maintained families was 75% versus the 28 now. And these are the constructs of society that has been put in place to keep everybody divided.
Yeah.
And we're watching all of this stuff play out. We're watching several different agendas all play out right now.
I agree.
And having these conversations within the offered platforms like this is what helps everybody. You know, algorithms or not, it's what helps everybody. We know what the algorithms do. The algorithms put forth anything that's going to make YouTube money. And in that representation, healthy families are just missing. It's not there. It's about how to do your hair. The last one that leaves the pool wins $1,000. I'm sorry, but I don't let my kids watch stuff like that because that doesn't teach them anything that is based in reality or anything that's based in something outside of monetary gain and greed.
All right. I just got a question. With the marriage thing, I mean, the marriage is a statistic. And everybody's not going to get married. Is that fair to utilize as a measuring stick to where the family is? I mean, people are not getting married. That doesn't mean that they're not in a family situation. They're not living together. They're not taking care of their kids. Just because they don't have a statistical number that says that they're married or they didn't get a certificate from City Hall. Is it fair to use that statistic?
Yes. Listen. That right there,
especially for the Black community. I mean, and that's
that's for all communities. That's not just Black community. That's actually all communities, straight across the board. That's straight across the board. A lot of people are now just shacking up and just living together. And it's not just Black people; it's all people. That to me,
everybody's shacking.
Everybody's shacking up now. They're just shacking up, and they're living together, saying, "That's my wifey, that's my bae, that's my boo."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "What the hell? How the hell you live with somebody for umpteen years, pay all these bills together, yet you can't just take? What is it to take 6 minutes You can just literally go snatch up a preacher, or literally just go down to the court and literally, if you like her so much, you could pop in 8 babies or 4 babies in her. Why can't you give her your last name? She already
because there are financial implications to getting married.
You just put a baby in her. I think that's already a financial implication.
Well, to make it worse, where you can't afford a college education because you maybe make too much money.
You see,
you're going to bring somebody else down in debt. I mean, there could be a number of reasons, financial reasons. I mean, what is the big deal about getting married if you're not religious? Now, and if you look at the history, if you look at the history of marriage has evolved into several different things to what it is now.
Go ahead.
Let me speak about this from a female perspective.
Go ahead, Robbie. And then I'm gonna go after you. I'm
gonna keep it quick, brother. So I've been married twice as a Black woman in America. 2 marriages under my belt. My first marriage I had when I was 21. It was young love. It was foolish. It was ended. It was what it was. Then I moved on. I grew up, and I got married again. But the importance of being married in society is this. I have a friend. My friend has 6 children. Her 6 children are all by the same man. They all have the same name. Their last name is different from hers. So when she takes those children to the doctor, she gets the disrespect of asking, are all these children by the same men? See, it becomes a platform and a layer for women to be disrespected. And to what you said about, oh, well, money, it plays into the system and it stops people from getting educations because of combined financial resources. See, that speaks to the point that I made earlier about our people being dependent on the system. You don't see other cultures ever giving 2 craps about the financial implications of their marriage, except for the fact that, okay, you have set amount of money, I have set amount of money, we're going to put that together, we are going to make that money grow so that we can afford to take care of our progeny. It shouldn't be, oh, we had the kids, now we can't give them the proper structure, the proper foundation, the proper background to grow as a stable human being, emotionally, mentally.
Who is to say it's proper?
Because of money. What?
Who is to say it's proper? Who's the authority that says it's proper? If I'm not coming from religious prospect, who's to say it's proper?
See, you're a man, so I could get how you may not understand who says it's proper, but society does. When I go to the doctor, they don't ask me if my child has the same, has a different father from another child because me and my child have the same last name. But women that have children and they don't have their children's last name, they are constantly being disrespected. And if you love the woman enough to give her a baby, you should love a woman enough to give her your last name.
I mean that
facts.
That's emotional. That's emotional. I mean, in fact, I mean, because I've given somebody my last name, but other cultures, they divorce because of financial situations. I mean, they do a lot of things. Hear the echo.
That's not it doesn't have anything to do with emotion for me. Like I said, I'm married.
No, yes, it is emotional because you're saying because somebody else said something. Because somebody else feels a certain way about you. You're trying to prove to them your validity. So what?
No,
so what somebody thinks of you as something else. So what?
It's about what somebody thinks about our Black children as a whole. Because little white children and little Spanish children, they got the same last name as their mommy and their daddy. Black kids is the only one that don't. See,
that's just you could change your name. You can make your name any way you want to.
Let me crack at that, and I could talk about it from even a non-religious point. Why are y'all talking about reparations? But then y'all be like, well, why we gotta get married? Or why we gotta have families? Or why we gotta do anything? Wait. So you want the connection of your ancestors that literally were fighting for family and literally fighting for legacy. You want their legacy access, but then you don't want to build no more legacy. Let me just sit with that.
But who says you're not building legacy? How you're not building legacy?
How are you? You literally said
you're taking care of your family. You're taking care of your family. You're with your family.
How?
You just don't have that title from the city or the government to say that you're married.
So hold on. So wait.
I could draw a piece of paper myself and say I'm married, and we can make the bond ourselves.
So
You understand what I'm saying?
now does that would that actually work at a hospital if you come in there and literally she says, you know what, who's this man right here? And she said, oh well, he's just my baby daddy. Do you think you get the same respect as a man coming in and saying that's my wife? You got no say. You know you don't have no say so in that hospital, right? You know anywhere that paper of your name. See, this is key word. Y'all, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? There's a thing called
Yeah.
I can hear you.
there's a thing called there's power in the name. There's a reason why a lot of y'all men don't got no respect because you don't have no power really in your name. Y'all think by writing on a napkin, when that woman goes and signs that paper, she is agreeing to the power in you. But y'all talking about, oh, I don't want to get spiritual. Well, okay, then go to the court. Shit, y'all gotta go do what the gays are doing. It amazes me. Every other group and every other culture fights for marriage. Now we got it where y'all asses are literally like, well, we need to get married. I can still be as powerful. No, you're not. No, you're not. The most powerful people in the world, guess what they all are? Married. They're all married. Understand this. I don't understand the talking points these days. When y'all talk about, y'all have so much smoke about the community, dysfunction, and everything else. But the one thing, listen, man, let me tell you something about me being a father, a man in my home, and everything. Y'all keep talking about mentorship. You know, one of the most easiest mentorships I can do? Me sitting down talking to my kid. I literally sit down. Dad, how do I open up a water bottle? Watch this. Wow. Let me try that. All right, I'm pass the water bottle around and practice. Boom. I just did mentorship. I handed out knowledge. You now know how to open a bottle. You know how to take a bed. This is the thing. This is why I said I am now becoming a dying breed. I expect other cultures don't talk. Other mindsets of functionality don't talk like this. Y'all really think y'all gonna compete on a world stage and not bring up family? Y'all really think y'all gonna walk up there? Let me see the first president of any country walk up there with his mistress or baby mama and literally say, "Don't worry, we got it written down on the napkin that we're married." So, they would get the fuck off the page.
While she holding some baby that ain't got on no shoes, just a diaper, no shirt.
Yeah, like, what is this? It's just what? This is blasphemy. Like, y'all. This is what I'm saying. Like,
Brother BMT.
It is so. This is why I said I am a dying breed, dog. I am going to when I'm gone. There ain't gonna be nobody left.
But you know, brother, because we talk about this kind of shit behind the scenes when we ain't on YouTube, because you and I actually know each other. Mm-hmm. And man, you know that we as black folks have a tendency to bastardize shit. I'm a true believer that women don't build families, men complete families. But see, we as black folks, we think a family is a woman and a bunch of kids. See, that's our idea of a family. A woman who got 5, 6, 7 kids by 5, 6, 7 dudes. That's a family. Yeah. All right. That's a family to us.
That's a tornado.
Right? That's a family.
That's a tornado.
We don't think when we think of
and
family.
That's the programming.
Man, woman, child. We don't think that when we hear the word family, what we thinking? Some woman and some damn kids. Because see, what people don't understand
CNN
about black men is that,
brother,
when I hear family, I think of a man, his wife, and his kids. But that's not common anymore.
It's not.
Exactly.
It's not. Like I'm saying, like, listen, y'all, man. You can't go. Like I said, this is social media talking points. Y'all can't be saying this shit out loud and around functional people. They'll be looking at you crazy. They be looking at y'all crazy. Like, I'm not saying, like, y'all can understand, man. Like, y'all worry about money? Is that y'all talking point of why y'all don't? Oh no, Black T, you can come on up. But I'm saying, but Black T, I rock with you, and you're cool. But I'm saying, That's a weak talking point. Ain't no way one person can
That's the
ever
programming.
Exactly. There is no way one person can ever outwork two working people. You got to sleep. Me and my woman can rotate shit. I can work the first shift, go get some sleep. She works the second shift and then after that, take over the third shift. Your ass got to sleep, buddy. Welcome to OSHA. You will never be able to outwork us. You will never be able to out-generate more than us. You will never be able to out keep up with us. Y'all, I don't understand. The one thing, do y'all not understand? The one thing we used to do and fight for was literally family. That's the one thing that they were catching. And if you got caught having a family, you know that they would kill you. They would castrate you, rape her, beat her. Do you not know that? Do y'all not know how many? You can look out throughout all of history. People used to have to secretly get married to have a family. Now we're having it backwards. Where y'all talking about money, motherfucker? You go ahead and make a baby. You know the first thing the judge is going to say. Well, how did you make a baby? But yet you didn't get. Why didn't you marry her? Why didn't you marry her? Look, I'm telling y'all what the judge is going to ask you. Why did you not marry her? You wanted her to cook for you, clean, submit to you. I'm gonna tell you right now. Anybody who's in a functional relationship, how often do we ever bring up submission in the home? I'll wait. Do we ever talk about submission in the home? Do we ever talk about disobedience and any of these crazy shit? We don't. We're builders.
Well, marriage as a construct or concept is basically for the benefit of the children. If you're a person who doesn't have children, that's different. But you would think, and I know we don't live in an ideal world. It's just statistically, children who grow up in married homes have a tendency to do better. Statistically, they just do. I mean, we can argue it and say, oh, a lot of those people aren't married for real eggs and all this kind of nonsense. But the fact remains that statistically, children who grow up in two-parent homes have a tendency to just do better. They do better in school, man. They have a tendency to do better in life. They have a tendency to not end up as teen goddamn parents the damn selves. So I think we should go with the better model. But see, I don't get up here, even though I've been married for almost 2 decades, I don't get up here and propagate marriage. Right. But what I do propagate is the innocent children being more of a focus for us, because we got all these problems with these single old mamas and shit, right? So you figure what's missing from that equation that makes this way? The father, right? So fine. We as black people, we've proven that we want to be a whole bunch, we want to have a whole society of single parents, right? We've proven it. So if that's what we're going to do, I say let's shift the goddamn paradigm. Let the single parents now be the father. Let's try that experiment for a while. Let's see how it works. We've seen how the old baby mama shit has worked. It has failed. So if we're going to be a people who are mostly single parent raised, I think it's time to shift the parent who's doing the raising. Let's see how it works. But we already know how it's going to work, right?
And that's part of what the programming is. It scares people. It scares these people in power to have families remain intact when there is a whole system set up specifically to push the agenda to keep families apart. It's set up to push people to want to be individuals instead of a unit like we're supposed to be.
But see, it don't. But see that, and now you see it. Now we're seeing it boil overhead. It's like the pot now is spewing out and getting all. When it start getting all over the stove and shit, and now it's fucking up the iron and stuff and all the stuff, and now you got to clean it up. this is what it if you because you can't control the fire anymore. Rob B is smiling, but you know what that analogy means because you're not controlling the fire anymore. You're not. I'm trying to let y'all know, man. It's a very messy business. Yeah, there's reasons why we have these safety balances and checks for these things, man. And like I said, there's no listen. You can say you want to be it's hard to be try raising a child on your own and trying to make the money that you could be making at maximum capacity. But however, you got to go to school. You got to make sure the kids do the homework. Oh wait, but you got to go to work. So guess what? Somebody's gonna fall behind. But if you have a partner to have your back, one person can still work at full capacity, and the other one can go handle the household and make sure when you come back in, you have something to come home to. Men build, women maintain. Men build, women maintain. Men build. Now we got it where the women are trying to build, but damn it, they trying to figure out how to fuck to work the goddamn hammer. Men trying to maintain their goddamn masculinity and common sense, and we all fucked up. So I understand when I, the actual dude who's a builder, comes in, I'm looking at the women like, why the fuck are y'all on the work site with me? Oh yeah, we the new work team. Heifer, you know you can't pick up that steel beam. Why your ass out here? You know damn well you don't know how to work that forklift. You done jacked it up and ran into the goddamn porter, John. Get your ass off that damn forklift. Then I go into the goddamn shack, all the men in there trying to maintain the goddamn stove. Y'all fucking up all the food, wasting all the damn time. I'm like, what the fuck? Why ain't y'all outside? Man, this is where I belong. I got more men comfortable being at home and being babysitters and goddamn nannies and shit.
Bastard.
I'm like, well, goddamn. I really Alice in Wonderland doing Molly.
Everything's bastardized.
So I understand.
And that's the way set up. They set it up to keep everybody separate. They set it up that way specifically to take everyone's power.
That, you know what?
And that's the real thing. That's the real thing.
That's why
there's power in the written word and there's power in the spoken word. And that's why they don't want people married, because when you get married, that marriage certificate gets sent off and signed by Rome. Because a lot of people don't understand that this country is owned in part by Washington, D.C., the Crown of England, and the Church of Rome.
Yeah, but see, let me tell you this. Man, I'm hungry. I gotta go take my pills and go smoke me a black mile. I gotta rest, y'all. I need my energy and shit. I gotta go out there in the hot sun and yell at that goddamn boy. He done broke the water pipe. So, you know, the Lord has to give me strength, because I might kill that goddamn 17-year-old boy. But however, I try to tell a lot of y'all, please, y'all baby daddies, quit comparing yourself to me as a husband. Stop comparing yourself to me. I had the balls to at least take my woman up the aisle. Y'all niggas think by buying y'all woman some goddamn slide-on shoes, y'all like me. That's a grave disrespect. Y'all baby mamas that like busting it like it's hot on TikTok, please quit comparing y'all damn shit. I pushed out 2 babies and I look good on YouTube. I qualify as a wife. No, you don't, bitch. You the baby mama. If he loved you, he would have walked your ass up the aisle. That's the thing about it. Because he know damn well I really don't want this. I'm stuck with this. I knew what the fuck I wanted. That's why I held it down. Like I told her on X show. I told her, you're mine. She was like, See, men back in the day, they'll step to what they wanted. And they said, hey, you getting on my program, baby? And then they'll say, oh, shit, okay, you got a job. You busting your ass. I see your hands are dirty, but shit, you making money and you know how to lotion up and touch me in the right places. Shit, I'll get with that. Nowadays, all you got to know how to do is play Madden or 2K or say, hey, I got me a job knowing how to do X, Y, and Z. But your ass don't know shit about damn changing the light bulb. Women know how to go ahead and I know how to order us some food on DoorDash. Damn, girl, you can cook. No, you dumb bitch. All you know how to do is order food and make macaroni, elbow macaroni and shit out the box. Don't compare it to me. Whenever do y'all not notice these days, these men and women have to go run to grandma's house for Thanksgiving. They can't do Thanksgiving at their own house. You want to know why they can't do that? Because they don't have no home skills. See, that's one skill that we never talk about. Home skills. That's why they don't know how to discipline their children.
And
they don't know how to have discipline for themselves. And they don't know how to have no type of. Some of y'all, I can't even tell if y'all fucking married. Well, I know y'all not married. But y'all be going out there talking about I could do just like Will and Jada. I can go suck and fuck and still be that prominent wife that you need in the bedroom. And niggas be talking about, and I gotta call them all niggas, that's straight across the board. Y'all motherfuckers be acting like y'all young, but y'all got a whole Anon, stay away from TikTok. It's the devil. Stay away from TikTok, Anon. I forbid you. I'm saving your. Stay away from TikTok. It ain't nothing good in TikTok. But you got it where people are trying to be young. And me and X are seeing this shit. Why are we seeing old men hanging out with teenagers? Why am I seeing young girls? You want to know why young girls are saying that they have to go get with goddamn dudes who are like their granddaddy's age? But they're like, damn, y'all motherfuckers don't got y'all shit together. They need the money. They need the money. Rob, we're going to talk about it later. Me and Rob going to talk about it. Why a lot of y'all, I'm telling y'all why a lot of these young girls are going to y'all older men, but they need the money. Because they know that a lot of these young boys ain't serious and don't got shit going for them. They will try to run up, and I can promise you right now, a lot of young girls will probably shoot game.
A lot of these young guys still living in grandma's basement.
Mm-hmm. No, why the fuck would I want to get?
And that's the training. That's all the training and the programming. That's the training and the programming.
When you live in grandma's
right,
attic.
because my mother told me from when I was young, you don't take everything from everybody, because anything that you take from somebody, it comes with a cost. But I wanted to tell you, BMT, before you wrap it up, CN been trying to get in and say something.
I know. I'm so sorry, CN. You know when I get angry when everybody compares themselves to me, the black family man, but somehow nobody does what I do. Everybody's goddamn Captain Negro, but nobody's doing what I'm doing. I got the shield of buffoonery. Go ahead, CNN. Wrap it up for me. Just wrap it up. I need to get back on DSL. I need to smoke. Go ahead, y'all. I need to go get me a smoke.
Right.
I can't do
so
this shit.
This is where damn representation and a lot of other shit comes in handy. A lot of these people, they swear up and down they're worth marrying, and they're not. You know, I'm single, so I see this shit. I've dealt with females that come with this sense of entitlement, and I see a lot of the guys have it too, which is, you know, some I also see with the brothers they try to get with the European women, swearing up and down they better. Because all this bullshit that shows on the TV they representing us with, they got us looking stupid, got us arguing, fighting over bullshit. Media is also constantly fuck this nigga, fuck that bitch shit. And, you know, nobody ever stops to think, okay, why do you keep picking niggas and bitches? Why don't you get you a man or a woman? Now, personally, marriage, it's not the highest on my list of priorities, but at the same time, I do understand that that's supposed to be something important between the two people that are involved. And nowadays, it's not. That's about it. People, these guys, all these same people that are talking shit, you know, the guys, oh, he's a simp, he's married. Okay. Oh, she's a pick-me because she's defending her man. Okay. Now, I've been a fly on the wall plenty enough times to see them same people crying themselves to sleep, or just crying in the middle of a conversation because they're lonely, because they want somebody and they can't have them. So don't let this media bullshit fool you. It ain't. It's not what you think it is. It's really not. Being in a relationship with the right person keeps you out of a lot of bullshit. And sitting by yourself ain't always the most fun thing.
And it's a fact that married men live longer. They don't want married men to be able to have that power. They don't want that family unit to have that power. And after the civil rights era, they took the power within the family away. They demonized and criminalized that man in such a way that he hates himself. He doesn't have any faith in his own power, and he doesn't have any faith in his standing within the family unit.
And then, like something I mentioned to Joe not too long ago when he let me up on another panel. Well, shit, I already said it. It really does help. It really does help to, at least with younger guys, it helps keep us out of trouble if we got a decent woman that we got to come back home to. Because some I think about often enough. Damn, if I get into a fight, I really do feel bad for this guy. And
Like I said,
some folks you really should not be fucking with. And I am. Since I've become single, I noticed my aggression went back up. But since COVID came, it's gone down. I've actually been very fucking calm. But yeah, a lot of people need to really they really need to unplug. Leave this media shit behind. Stop buying all this bullshit you hear on the radio. Because I promise you, these folks' lives ain't what you think it is. They chasing they're putting their happiness in numbers, money, materialistic bullshit. I've seen women that are rich as hell and they still chasing after one guy that they ran off 16 to 20 years ago.
Don't worry, that'll be some content soon. You're pretty, but you still can't get that. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're pretty, but you're empty. You got everything you wanted, but somehow that still wasn't enough. And also, as far as the whole getting online and talking shit about the opposite sex, seriously, and I mean this in a negative way. Getting online talking shit about the opposite sex and getting online and talking about how this sucks or that sucks. At what point do you get tired of that shit and say, fuck it, I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm going to work to get the fuck out of it. I've walked away.
Well, they keep trying to pull you back. You could completely walk away from some nonsense and they'll keep trying to pull you back down into the mix.
Believe me, I know, because I just walked away from another situation with a chick not too long ago. I've had plenty of girls look me up, try to get, and yes, Robbie, you're right. There is a major difference between females but hang on, there's a difference between girls and women. Let's call them what they are: girls, grown ass girls and women, or bitches and women, because that's the truth. Same thing. There's a difference between niggas, boys, and men. But yeah, I've had enough situations where people try to drag me back in, and like I've mentioned several times on this panel and others, I know my temper. That's why I got to get the fuck on, get away from them, because I've been trying to do some shit and play that little game better than them. People will try to drag you back, but oftentimes they also do themselves in worse than you ever could anyway. So you'd be better off just leaving them alone.
Like I said, I thank everybody for coming through. BMT,
what time we back tonight?
I don't know, dear. Just text me or call me, and we can set up something, because, like I said, I know y'all say, well, damn, this is a rant. It probably was, but no, I wanted to make sure I clearly made the distinction of who I am in my channel. So yeah, it probably was a rant, but I had to set the record straight for a lot of people who the fuck I am. I'm very neutral for everybody. I invited everybody. I told the whites, and Caroline can even attest to that. I told all the white people, y'all can come up. We got that discussion. Y'all been seeing white people come up here, and they've been having discussions with us. Though some people can't hang that are blacks and whites. They can't hang, but they come. Caroline, she can hang. She's very there. Kelly can hang. You know what I'm saying? She'll jump up on the panel anytime. She ain't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Robbie, we've been working together. We've been fighting censorship. Sin. I have a lot of my Indian and Arab brothers out there, and we talk about stuff. Me and X talk from the business as well as the family man perspective. And it's crazy, but when me and X had a family man discussion, we had some random broad come up there and try to tell us how to be men. And I'm like, what the fuck in all of Castle Grayskull is this shit?
She came up looking for attention because she ain't got a man.
But now I understand. Listen, I'm going to do a talk with Black T about don't compare the baby daddy to the husband and the baby mama to the wife. I invite other panelists, other people. If you want to, make sure you have. I want to make sure you have some skin in the game on this, because we have distinctions on this. Raw, I know her ass is gonna show up because
You know I am.
we and you know, but yeah, Black T, you always welcome to come up, fam. But I'm saying, baby daddy don't compare to me. Baby mamas don't compare to Raw. Like we're just not the same. It's two different entities when it comes down on paperwork. When it comes down to respect, baby daddies don't get respect like that in the world. Baby mamas don't get respect like that in the world. You just called the baby mama. You got to get permission from them. You got to go to the mama or the family to go into certain rooms for the person that you done laid down with, been paying bills for. If they would have put the house up for sale, guess what? You got to go to them. But if you're the wife or the husband, that's literally your call. So in the house taking care of the kid, you might as well say you Jody. You might as well say you Jody in Yvette. You know what I'm saying? Jay, yeah, say this. She was never a mama. She was a wife when she had her daughter. She was never a baby mama. She was a wife. Again, I think we got to have the conversation, y'all. This is a very destructive talk that we keep on bringing up about being, nah, you're taking care of the house.
Hey,
Black
Joe.
T, we gonna have the conversation, Black T. We gonna have the
Joe.
conversation, fam. But if you were taking care of the house, why can't you just go get the paperwork? Why y'all afraid to go get paperwork saying that you the man? Or you afraid you want to be half in, half out? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can't go to no Arab or Hispanic family and say, I want to be just a baby daddy. Let me get Maria or Betty. They're gonna be like, what the hell? You think I could have told that to Melissa's family? You think I could have told them to them goddamn Batos? Hey, I'm taking her back with me. They would have hacked my ass up with some goddamn machetes or some shit. Hearing that shit would have beat my ass and thrown me outside like a pinata. You can't say that crazy shit.
Wait, BMC, because I thought I had put this in the chat, but I don't know if people saw it. You do realize too that the money that you men earn in your lifetime for working, God forbid you pass away before you start getting Social Security, everything you paid into Social Security will never go to your children. Because if you're not on your children's birth certificate and if you're not married to their mother, there comes an issue of proving paternity in order for your children to reap the benefits of all the hard work that you have done in your lifetime. That is another reason why marriage and, signing off on paternity and proof that these are your children is important. Just, a little FYI for those that didn't know.
Like, here's that. So, here's the thing. I just want to say this before, but like I said, there's some stuff I just want to get out there, man. That, you know what I'm saying? Saying how you right here, goddamn. One of the things about it, and just being for real, like I said, if y'all want, here's my email. If y'all want to set up the show, here we go. blackbrother123@gmail.com. People have been email me. I got a lot of shows to do. I listen, man. I get email me. I got to email me. Don't just say I want to show BMT in my comment section. Email me. There's a chain to this now. There's a system to this. I got to do shows on Tuesdays with Rob B. Fridays. I got doggone Sundays. I have a whole schedule. I gotta walk by. So literally, I have to stay by that.
Joe, I was thinking about something in case
you don't get the death benefit. You really don't. You really don't get the benefits. Like wifey and hubby don't get that. Wife gets the benefits. Husband, look at. Let me say this, but I gotta wrap it. I gotta wrap it tight. If you don't believe me, just look at case in point. Nipsey Hussle and what's it, Laura London? That his baby mama? They Barely he had
Yes.
any money to give his children left because they had to go to court. You hear me? Not speculation. They had to go to court to prove stuff. So guess what? When you go to court for that kind of money, guess what the state starts to do in California? And Caroline will tell you, they are going to chomp up your money. They are going to start liquidating your assets. If he had a wife like Kobe did, guess what? There ain't no need for said discussion. Your wife just shows up and meets the lawyer in the office, and she literally gets the key to everything and walks off. It don't matter what paperwork you sign or whatever you done. Wifey and wife don't compare. I need to start breeding outside of marriage. We'll talk. Calm down, Mama Matt. Calm down. We trying to teach them. Now, so let's go ahead. I love you guys. We gotta wrap it up. We done. Peace. Raw, call me and we'll set up something. I'll see y'all guys later. Peace.
Check your message.
All right. Peace, guys.